Yo, what's good people? So we're going to be revisiting a old favourite of mine, White Tiger. She's at rank 4, we're on the CCP beta, and obviously we're going to be doing a showcase on her, showcasing which matchup she can take, how versatile she can be, what utility she has, because she's a very underrated champion. I made a few videos on her a while back, but I still think people are sleeping on her, and she's more relevant now than ever thanks to the fact she's a great counter to Dark Phoenix. In fact, one of the very best, a great counter to Nico. I could go on. I'm about to show you all of these fights in this video. You can see here, I am taking some Nova Flame damage from Dark Phoenix. However, that would not be happening in an actual Battlegrounds match. Of course, all the defenders I'm fighting are at a rank 4 level because we're on a CCP beta, basically simulating Battlegrounds fights. However, they do not have masteries, so they are not running willpower. In an actual Battlegrounds match, most of your opponents will be running the willpower mastery, and whenever White Tiger applies a bleed debuff to her opponent, she steals their regeneration. Basically, she will steal their willpower healing. So in Battlegrounds matches, it's incredibly easy to stay topped up with White Tiger, and not only does she steal willpower healing, she can steal any regen at all. This bleed heal blocks as well, and I got hit against Weapon X here on purpose just to showcase how potent this can really be. You can see as soon as we applied that bleed, we went from 40% health up to 80% health, and now we're about to go all the way to 100%. So her regeneration steal, whatever you want to call it, is really strong, and it's a incredible piece of utility which will come into play in a lot of matchups in this video. We didn't even play White Tiger with her ideal rotation here, and still a 47-second fight. I didn't mention, by the way, the reason White Tiger is such a great Dark Phoenix counter is because of her very potent power steal. What's the main problem with Dark Phoenix? Whenever she throws a special attack, she's going to deal basically unavoidable bullshit damage to you. The best way to deal with that is to make her not throw any special attacks, and White Tiger's power control slash power steal can do that. Now here's a matchup many people think White Tiger can't do. She's actually a great counter to Maestro as long as you know what you're doing. Basically, against Mystic champions, Maestro will gain his charges 25% slower. So you want to knock him down at the start of the match, then throw your special one when he's at about 5 charges, throw your second special one, and that will knock him down just before he gains his glancing buff. So you'll be able to get 2 pauses in there before Maestro ever gains that buff. And the main reason you don't want him to gain the glancing buff with White Tiger is because she doesn't gain power like a normal champion. When she hits her opponent, she actually power steals whichever power the opponent would gain, and Maestro glances that, so you really need to make sure you use that trick in that matchup. But as long as you do, you can make it to your special 2, and a single special 2 basically wipes out Maestro. Now here's another example of how great of a piece of utility that regen steal is for White Tiger. You can see against Serpent when he triggers his immortality, death immunity, whatever it's called, right? He gains a lot of regeneration, and White Tiger's going to steal all that. And of course that's incredibly useful in this matchup because Serpent deals a shit ton of block damage. And now we have a Nicholas Fury. Again, another example on how good of a piece utility this regen steal is. And on top of that, I didn't mention that the bleed also actually heal blocks your opponent. So if you can time it just right against Nick Fury, you can like kind of shut off his second life, not completely, but you can like shut it off halfway, which is incredible. She is actually one of the fastest Nick Fury counters in the entire game. You can see Nick there, we got some awful AI. He just threw a 5-hit combo into my block. Doesn't matter because we're about to get a shit ton of regen, and in a actual Battlegrounds fight it would be even more regeneration because we would be stealing his willpower. And that's a 46-second fight for a rank 4 Nick Fury. insane. Now here's Deathless Thanos. Now don't get me wrong, White Tiger is far from the best counter to this guy because she has so many hits in her special attacks that it's very easy to make Thanos go unstoppable, but as long as you're patient, as long as you wait out the counterpunch charges, you can deal with Thanos with White Tiger, and she's actually a very decent counter, can do this fight in under a minute. If you're wondering where my face cam is, by the way, if you're missing my beautiful British face, I haven't got it because I have actually been awake all night. It is currently 6 AM in a goddamn morning. I've had no sleep and I look like this. So no face cam for this video. It will be back in the next one. Don't worry. I mean, if you even care. I'm sure most of you don't even care. You're here for White Tiger, not me, right? But hey, nonetheless, I made Thanos go unstoppable there, but it's fine because I was countering Thanos' special one. So I had time to get out of the way of it. And that's a under 60-second nuke on Deathless Thanos. Very solid. Now here's my favourite matchup in the video. I hate fighting Nico. Like, Kabam really didn't need to make this emo chick solid defender. Not even a solid defender, a incredibly potent defender on top of basically the best goddamn mystic attacker in the game, but he went ahead and did so because why not? Haha, funny, right? We love broken champions. But again, the main problem with Nico is whenever she throws a special attack, she's going to apply that buff immunity to you, and if you gain any buffs, so if you dex, if you gain any other buffs whilst that is active, you will be inflicted with poison. So what you want to do in this matchup is basically wait out the first buff immunity, then you can start hitting her, then you can throw your specials, gain your furies, and once you're throwing your special attacks, you are power stealing Nico, so you don't have to worry about her throwing a single special attack in this matchup. White Tiger is easily my favourite counter for her. Now we have Kindred and Wiger. Again, perfect counter for this guy. Why? What's the one thing you want to do when fighting Kindred? Apart from punishing his special attacks, of course, you want to make sure you have a special attack ready for when he gets to 5% health. So when you get rooted, you can instantly get out of it and avoid taking a hell of a lot of degeneration damage. So how does White Tiger deal with this? Well, once she throws a special 2 with her power still up, she'll basically be instantly back at another special 2. So you do not have to worry about being caught up in the root. And again, you'll be able to regenerate any of the block damage Kindred does to you if you're in a actual Battlegrounds match. White Tiger is also nullify immune, by the way, so you could use her against like Longshot or any other pesky mystic champions that like to nullify your buffs. She's a great counter to all of them. She doesn't have any way to counter neutralize though, so keep that in mind. You can't use her against like Rintra. Now we have a Mid-Cade, the most predator looking character in the entire game. He looks like he should be on a Chris Hansen episode, like low key. White Tiger absolutely smokes this guy. I mean, to be completely honest with you, most champions smoke Arcade if you actually know how to fight him. However, White Tiger does it extremely fast because she is the GOAT. So, do I think White Tiger is like a top 3 Mystic? Probably not. A top 5, however. Now that could be a discussion. She's got the damage, she's got the utility, she's even got the versatility. She's just not that great on defense. She can be somewhat of a sneaky defender because of that power gain she gets when she gets below 15% health. That can catch some people off guard, but in most cases she's pretty goddamn ass on defense, and that's like the one thing holding her back. Now we have a Onslaught, and do not get me wrong, bro, this is far from the best matchup for her because White Tiger likes to land a lot of critical hits. What happens when you land a lot of critical hits against Onslaught? He has a much higher chance of applying neuroshocks to you, which is obviously pretty bad. So what you want to do in this matchup is actively try and avoid gaining your precision, so you don't crit Onslaught too much and get absolutely nuked by unavoidable damage. What I like to do is try and only gain it on my special attacks. The regen steal does help keep you topped up a bit, but the amount of neural shocks you can gain just playing White Tiger against Onslaught can be overwhelming, so you want to be careful in that matchup and basically just pray to Jesus that you don't get nuked by neural shock damage. Now we have a Jean Grey, and what is the most annoying thing about this champion? Her inflicting inverted controls on you in the middle of a goddamn special attack. Now, of course, with White Tiger's power control, you can offset that. I did let Jean throw a special attack in this match, but I could have played it in a way where she doesn't throw any special attacks. That would have been much safer. It's slightly faster to actually bait out a special attack though. Basically, like, White Tiger has two rotations the way I see it. You can either exclusively spam special ones and make sure your opponent never throws a special attack, or you can have some power control, basically let the opponent throw one special attack and go for some big special twos. So if you want speed, special 2 rotation. If you want safety, special 1 rotation. Now here's a matchup you probably didn't think White Tiger would be very good for, and she's not when Enchantress just hits into my block and backs off. But nonetheless, when you power steal Enchantress, she gains power gain passives. But White Tiger's fine for this matchup, honestly. Like, she handles it just fine. I was easily able to nuke Enchantress with only baiting out one special attack off her. So that's pretty baller, bro. She can nuke Enchantress pretty goddamn well. So I hope you're seeing how truly versatile this champion is, and I'm hoping this video really gets the word out there, really gets people paying attention to White Tiger finally, because, like, I made 3 videos on her and I still feel like no one plays her, bro. She's good. She's OP. She's a Dark Phoenix counter, and there's like 3 of them in the game. How are people not using her? Now we have a Red Skull, and of course Red Skull is very tanky. He has a lot of critical resistance because for each armor up he gains that critical resistance, but White Tiger has a very high crit rate thanks to her precision. The one thing I would change about White Tiger is I wish she activated her precision on light intercepts, because we all know medium intercepts are risky. It's basically a 50-50. You're going to get slapped in the face. So a lot of the time you just end up baiting out heavy attacks just to play it safe instead of actually going for intercepts with White Tiger, which is the intended playstyle. So honestly, really nice change to this champion. Even with just a synergy would be great, is her triggering those precisions on the light attack intercepts. And you can see in that Red Skull match, I did a little trick where I hit him when unstoppable after his special 2 and then used my striker instantly. Little celestial secret there for you. You know, if you hit Red Skull whilst he has that unstoppable active, it will go away. So as long as you have your striker ready, you're safe to do that. Now we have a Dust, just so I can show you that she's still great against bleed immune champions. While her bleed does do a very nice amount of damage, don't get me wrong, it's not necessary. She still gets plenty of damage from just her basic attacks and her special attacks. Also, Dust also has a lot of critical resistance. Again, that doesn't matter because when White Tiger has that precision, her crit rate is like as high as Starkey's. Maybe not quite as high, but pretty close to it, honestly. And yeah, that Dust got nuked insanely quickly. This is the last fight of the video, a gallon, so I'll wrap this up here. If you did enjoy the video, you know what to do. Like, sub. If you want to support the channel, consider becoming a member. I've got more showcases coming. I've got top 10 videos coming. I've got live streams coming. We are fully back, boys. Again, not uploading every day, but you can definitely expect a lot more MCOC content coming off me. I'll be streaming again on Friday, I think, if you're wondering. But yeah, that's about it, man. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Obviously, Gallon was a very fast fight.